Everyone mentioned today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Guess what? I got my YouTube chat back. Funny that, isn't it? Oh dear, I'll tell you in a minute. Hey Deb, how you going? Kai, out to lunch. Alex. Who else have we got? Shannon, how you going, Shannon? Me, obviously. Wouldn't be a show without me. Sherry, how you going? Oh, Derek, how you going? Paul, how you going? Timmy, how you going? Good to see you guys. Okay, and Marco, how you going? We love your show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got my YouTube chat back. What I did was I had to unmod a few people first, and then I went to YouTube Help, which it took me ages to get into there, and I spoke to the person. They said it was the encoders. They said it wasn't their problem, but it was the encoders. And all of a sudden, I got my YouTube chat back. How you going, Spaz? Good to see ya. Oh, no, it went back to the beginning. I had it all set up and everything. Just look away if you've got motion sickness until I find it again. I did have it ready to go, and that's right, I had to shut the whole computer down and start it up to see if that chat would come back. And it did. Sorry, guys. I was ready. Now it looks like I was not ready at all. Oh, all the news. And, yeah, there was an attempt on Trump's life again, apparently, allegedly. Yeah, we'll go to that at the end. I want to... Okay, here we are. Now, these are from all different dates. They're not going to be in any order. So we'll just see how we go. Okay. Not Up Q was replying to Vincent Kennedy, who said, "What do you think the shape of the Earth is?" And I can show you what I think at the end, or in amongst all this. Not Up Q said, "Laugh my ass off. It's one of those days, eh? Listen to the Freemason explain the Earth system. In addition, consider the potentiality for slight, almost unnoticeable curvature of the disk and the many planets beyond the ice wall dome firmament." Not Up Q said, "Freemason, black sun, flat Earth depiction. In the following clip, we can observe a fellow Freemason depict the true Earth system using a disk to draw the black sun, Earth, moon, sun, and some stars, which clearly demonstrate the Freemasonic logo symbolism of the square and compass. It draws an oblate spheroid dome firmament, as above, so below. Then a disc flat plane with a hole in the centre, central magnetic pole. Black sun beneath centre, labelled still, meaning stationary. Polar star Polaris mounted, projected on top of the dome firmament. Draws sun and moon within the firmament. Sun and moon rotate around the disk. Sun and moon labelled as 5,310 kilometres away from Earth's flat surface. Sun and moon diameters. Continents located on surface of the flat plane. Summer lands below, inner Earth subterranean civilizations. Rays coming from black sun equals northern lights. Centre of drawing equals Masonic square and compass symbol. The black sun illuminates the moon, not the sun. And here is a video, and we're going to play the whole thing, if it'll let me. Okay, I might have to do it in the screen on small as it is, okay?
He shows a CD or a disc. He immediately draws the geometric shape of an oblate spheroid.
Music might get me, but if I talk over the top of it...
We can see how he separates the oblate spheroid with a disc that has a hole in the center.
That's pretty much what I think. I'm going to have to pause it to talk during it because of the censorship that YouTube goes on about. Anyway, this is what I think. We are in a sphere, but it is a dome. But anyway, and we are a flat plane within that dome. Okay.
Then, below, he draws a circle with a swastika inside and immediately paints it completely black.
I also think a lot of the Freemason secrets are coming out now because people have probably moved away from that system of belief or whatever it is, cult.
From this black circle rays come out and 3 rays pass through the hole in the center. Below he writes, "Still, one of the possible meanings of this black circle may be the black sun." He draws reliefs on the edge of the hole and writes North Pole. And above this hole inside what would be the celestial vault he draws a star, the polar star or Polaris.
Thank God they took the music away. It's going to get me. That music's going to get me. Come on, YouTube. I'm talking over the top of it. Shh.
He marks 2 points and connects them in a circle and writes equator. He draws 2 lines that go down from the polar star to the 2 points. The lines form a triangle. He highlights 2 of the rays coming out of the black sun and also forms a triangle, but vice versa.
Now, I don't know about the rest of all this, but this is what shape I think the Earth is. I don't, the rest of it, I don't know. We're watching. Sorry, I've got to keep pausing it, guys. I really hate doing this.
He writes, as above so below. It's one of the 7 principles of Hermes Trismegistus. It appears on the Emerald Tablet and then in the Kabbalion. He erases the intersections and draws the sun and moon.
I agree, Timmy. The AI voice gets me. Oh, I don't know. Subscribe it.
And he makes a gesture of rotation.
Yeah, the sun and the moon rotating around the Earth. That's what he was getting at.
He draws 2 arrows to show the distance of the moon and the sun.
Deb, you said have can sounds better. What sounds better? Can. Oh, what did you mean to write there, Deb? What's going on? Is my sound okay?
Both are 3,300 miles or 5,310 kilometers away.
Yeah. I'll just try and talk over the top of the music. There's more land out here. This is what I think. I sound better than the AI? Yeah. Maybe I should just, I don't know, just mute it and talk about it. But then you can't hear the explanation from the AI voice. Oh, shit. Okay, anyway, then I think the moon and the sun go around here. That's what I think. But it's just what I think. I don't know. I don't know because I'm not up in the sky looking at it. Still the music. Mr. AI seems to be quiet for the moment. I'll try and sing over the top of it.
He draws continents on the surface and on the other side as well.
Shut up, Mr. AI. It's a disc. Inside a firmament. Inside a sphere firmament, maybe. Like a snow globe. Remember I was saying that before? It was like a snow globe. Shh. Okay, AI. And yeah, see, there's more land out here. I swear to God. There's an ice wall here somewhere, but there's more land. I don't know how that works in my belief system, but somehow it does in my mind. It's bigger. The dome is bigger than we think. It goes further than we think, and there's land beyond there. Yeah, like a terrarium out to lunch. Oh, bloody music. Okay. I wish they could just do it without the music and the AI voice. Tim has said, Bob Ross, he is not. Yes. Okay. Anyway, he's doing something. The black sun down the bottom. Northern lights come from the black sun, apparently, and that's what we see.
Square and a compass.
Square and a compass. It's a diamond shape. I can do without the music. Seriously, when YouTube gets me for this, I'm going to say sorry for ruining your music, but I was talking and humming and doing all sorts of things over the top of it, so hopefully. Multiple domes on the plane, you reckon, Spaz? Oh, I don't know. Could be. Who knows? I guess we'll end up finding out. Oh, he explained something just then and I missed it. Oh, well. I'm not going to cry over that. You seen this years ago, Leslie? They're releasing old videos.
Make signs explaining that the sun doesn't light up the moon. Who does it is the black sun.
Huh. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come? And it keeps going. There you go. Interesting, interesting. I wish they wouldn't put music behind them, though. Okay, don't go back too far. Okay, we're on the post, so we want to go back once more. Right, there we go. Not up Q. This person must be a real flat earther anyway, but, hey, I'm questioning myself. Concerned citizens said on average Mars is 140 million miles away from Earth. The moon is 240,000 miles away. In 2026, SpaceX will blast off to land on Mars, yet they still haven't landed on the moon. Well, they just did. Something was up. Okay. Not up Q said that's right because the other planets are all beyond the ice wall and not projected in the sky like the moon, lol. Terra Infinita. Infinita. Okay, don't mind me. I'm trying to understand how to pronounce the word. 178 worlds under the Great Dome created by N. Funden. All of the alleged planets in space are really beside Earth on this infinite plane, which each enclosed within their own firmaments. What you were saying before? Who was that? Was that out to lunch? All enclosed within a larger great firmament. Oh, look at that. Imagine that. All our worlds are in one place. Debunk curvature. The Pythagorean theorem. Oh my God, now I can't pronounce anything. Pythagorean theorem concludes there should be a 6-foot drop per every 3 miles distance. Calculations state there should be a 6,669-foot drop for a 100-mile distance, although there is absolutely no drop observed anywhere on Earth unless it's bigger than they tell us it is. Even NASA documents from their own website admit it. Flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. The Earth is flat and stationary, destroying the Freemasonic Luciferian globalist globe lie. Well, if we're in like a globe firmament, they're not exactly... It's a lie, but lying by omission in a way, not telling us the whole truth. Okay, that's how it, yeah, it was an interesting number, wasn't it, Alex? It made me pause. I'm like, 666, yeah, that'd be right. Beyond the untrustworthy propagandists at NASA, Rob Skipper demonstrates how equally untrustworthy CIA, Russian, US Army docs similarly state calculations are conducted considering Earth is flat, non-rotating and stationary. And it's a YouTube video which I can't play. It's Bali Music Journey. CIA, Russia, NASA, US Army docs admit stationary flat Earth, Rob Skipper. Okay, it's on YouTube. Let me just get it up so you can see maybe. Okay.
Okay, so in the 1930s, we had both Auguste Piccard and the Russians.
Okay. That's what it's called. CIA, it's by Bali Music Journey, I think, but it's CIA, Russia, NASA, US Army. Just put that in and you should find it. The sun setting is not evidence for Earth's rotation curvature. It's evidence of the law of perspective. Horizontal vanishing line, the horizontal vanishing point. You know when you look at a ship on the horizon and it vanishes? Yeah, there's only so far you can see, really. The Earth is flat and stationary, destroying the Freemasonic Luciferian globalist global eye. A railway line. The vanishing point is there. There's the horizon. Okay, you got telegraph poles, which get smaller as they go away, and the road that also gets smaller as it goes away, along with the railway line. Horizontal vanishing point, not Earth's curvature. Okay. The sun setting is not evidence for the Earth's rotation, it's evidence of the law of perspective. And perspective is not reality, actual path of the sun over a flat Earth. Would go, okay. Vanishing point, worm's eye view. I've never heard of half of this. Street level, horizontal line, bird's eye view. It's how we see reality. Okay, 19 commercial pilots confirmed flat Earth while being questioned by everyday civilians who were video recording. Pilots said we're not allowed to tell anybody that afterwards. Pilots smiled and appeared happy and people finally awakening. Let's have a look.
More flat than anything?
What was that?
It's more flat than anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Flat or a ball?
Flat. Not a ball. I think it's flat.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty flat to me.
It certainly does, doesn't it? And you've got that flight in.
Excuse me, do you mind?
Hey, how you doing?
Very well. How are you?
Good.
So, you know how we just took a flight of descent?
Yeah.
Did you have to compensate for curvature?
Yeah.
So, did you just have to compensate for curvature due to the flight of descent as we landed just now?
No, not necessarily. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
You bet.
So, the pilot just told me that the Earth is flat.
Hey, I just want to say thanks for the smooth flight.
Right.
I did have one question. Is there like a specific angle of downward tilt you have to fly at?
3 degrees.
3 degrees
That's it.
for the curvature of the Earth?
Oh, for the Earth?
Because,
No, we just fly over the troposphere.
really?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
do you have to keep like kind of going down because?
No, we actually have to nose up. It flies. Yeah.
Really? Because I was reading some stuff on the flat Earth that made a lot of sense. Have you looked into it?
Which one? Sorry?
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat Earth.
Okay, yeah. True.
It's true?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, cool.
All
Hey,
right.
God bless, brother.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
I'm a fellow, Casey Josh, I'm a fellow just PPL, pilot here.
Yeah, nice.
I got a couple of serious questions to ask you.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there's a big time. Curvature.
Curvature.
Yeah,
Yep.
we don't allow for curvature, do we?
Yeah. For anything, not for you usually.
No, we're round, we're a disc, aren't we? Round and flat.
Yeah.
Hey, look, honestly, quite seriously,
Yeah.
we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
I agree, Lightman. How you going?
More flat than anything?
Okay, Antarctica is a 360 degree, 49,728 mile long ice wall perimeter basin container of our known Earth and its oceans. You could prove this if you're allowed to circumnavigate the ice wall without being shot down by military defences as per the Antarctic Treaty. Okay, let's have a look.
The ice walls are real, and they stand 150 feet above the surface of the water. Then you need to understand that there is no independent access to Antarctica. Average people can only go there on a guided tour. It has no towns, no cities, and no permanent residences. What's past the 150-foot ice wall is anyone's guess. How far the ice extends, how it terminates, and what exists beyond it. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 by 12 nations and more later on, states that Antarctica is for peaceful purposes only. No military activities, just scientific research and government exploration. Expeditions by any party must be discussed in advance. It's the longest and most successful treaty between nations. The treaty also states that there are ships, stations, and equipment to ensure compliance of the treaty. Sounds like military activity to me. Anyway, so this azimuthal equidistant map appears to be correct for the moment.
Yeah, I think there's more beyond the ice wall anyway. Okay, there's a few tunnels actually. Alleged fictitious Nazi Reich, I can't even pronounce that, UFO hidden spacecraft technology from Google Earth location buried partially beneath the ice, Bristol Island, South Sandwich Islands, Antarctica. There you go. Hidden tack and flat hollow Earth. Oh, I don't know, yeah, maybe. TR-3B anti-gravity spacecraft spotted on USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN 78. TR-3B targeting a chemtrail aircraft. TR-3B using simulation cloaking technology to blend into the clouds in the sky. Okay, let's have a look. That's interesting. Okay. There it is again. Oh, what's this one? Video. Oh. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, look at this. This is cool. There's the spaceship. You see it? It's right there. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I guarantee it, Veronica. Look at it. No, that's what me... Look at it. Holy crap. Oh, yeah, look at this. This is...
Okay. I don't know what that is. What the hell's going on here? Oh, this looks like medbed technology. Where's that going? Where's that from? Okay. I think we went off onto a different thing. But that looked interesting. Not OpQ said government-sanctioned geoengineering is hidden via the climate crisis scam, chemtrails and cloud seeding, HARP weather modification. What is geoengineering? Chemtrails, cloud seeding and HARP weather modification. Chemtrails. Seeding equipment. Yeah, Timmy, have you, can you tell if the Earth's flat or do you have those little dome windows on the plane? I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. Committee of Science and Technology, House of Representatives, Geoengineering, Ionospheric Research Instrument, Geoengineering Parts 1, 2 and 3. This was a hearing on the Committee of Science and Technology in House of Representatives 111th Congress. Okay, 2009, 2010. Chemtrails is in there. Electrony, psychotrony or information weapons. Chemtrails, high altitude, ultra low frequency weapon systems. Plasma, electromagnetic, sonic or ultrasonic weapons. Laser weapon system, strategic, theatre, tactical or extraterrestrial weapons, and chemical, biological, environmental, climate or tectonic weapons. Tectonic. The tectonic plates, you know, those things. State of Rhode Island in General Assembly, January session 2022, relating to health and safety, the Clean Atmosphere Act. Introduced by Representatives Quattrochi Price. I can't really read that. Nardone, Roberts and Bennett in 2022. Section 1, Title 25, the general laws entitled Health and Safety hereby amended by adding thereto the following chapter. The Clean Atmosphere Act, the legislative intent to preserve the safe, peaceful use of Rhode Island's atmosphere for people, the environment, the agriculture, and to expand upon climate efforts by regulating weather modification and other large-scale atmospheric activities and prohibiting those which are harmful. Aren't they all? I don't know. Chemtrails. Why is one plane making chemtrails and the other one isn't? Very interesting, isn't it? For people who say they don't exist. And it's because of the height in the sky. Is it? Is it really? There are contrails which should disappear within seconds. But there are also, because that plane looks a bit lower than this one to me, but anyway, maybe it's just further away. Maybe it's perspective. Okay. And what's this? Oh, that's right. They couldn't turn the chemtrails off. They're not supposed to chemtrail when they're landing, but they couldn't tell. They couldn't turn it off apparently. And so all the fire brigades and all the emergency vehicles are heading straight for it. What now? How can that be good for us on planet Earth, if it's a planet? How can that be good for us, but it's not good when a plane lands doing that? It's interesting, isn't it? Team Chemtrail. That chemtrails, more chemtrails. Where are we going here? I think I've just gone off onto some tangent. Where's the... Hang on. Okay. 111th Congress hearing, Committee on Science and Technology, House of Representatives, Geoengineering Part 1, 2 and 3, which we saw. We also saw this, the chemtrails, I read that. The Rhode Island one, which I read. And these ones we've seen. Okay. The following image was provided by NASA as part of the Dryden Flight Research Center B747, the Boeing 747, vortex study where the plane can clearly be seen spraying chemtrails from its nozzles as opposed to contrails created by its exterior engines. Completely different. Chemtrails was invented by the Department of Defense, U.S. Air Force, used as the title to a chemistry course manual for pilots, 1998, 4th edition manual, sold on Amazon. Chemtrails, Chemistry 141 and 142, 4th edition, CB applications and concepts in chemistry. Honorary chemtrail, military patch styles. Don't just spray them, barium. Don't just spray them, barium. A nod to chemtrails containing barium whilst being a pun to bury people. The military has been entrenched in chemtrail operations as observed by the following two patents. US 4175469A, centrifugal aerosol dispenser assembly, owned by SEC AFO official. US 3899144A, powder contrail generation, owned by SecNav. They're patents, okay? June 29th, 2016, CIA Director John Brennan gives a CFR org speech openly advertising geoengineering, implying the government has always been involved in geoengineering programs, and as of 2016 have gone public about doing so. A covert chemtrail pilot explains the covert chemtrail black operation is officially known as Operation Indigo Skyfold Phase 2 and classified as a national security threat, so pilots are not briefed on what they're spraying. That's the HARP report on YouTube. Secret chemtrail pilot. You can search that on YouTube. Shasta County, California, Air Quality Management Board, July 15th, 2014. Experts at the 3-hour hearing concluded a unanimous decision to escalate the official complaints related to nano-aluminium chemtrail environmental disaster. The truth denied on YouTube. US 74131445B2 aerial delivery system, August 19th, 2008, owned by Evergreen International Aviation, Inc. Evergreen. Abstract states it was designed for fire suppression using chemical dispensing, although we now know this was not limited to solely fire suppression use. US 4437630A or OA, I'm not sure which one that is. Spray boom apparatus for applying chemical dispersants to ocean oil spills. March 20th, 1984. Owned Bagart Aviation, Inc. Abstract, a self-contained spray boom apparatus for in-flight adaptation of the aircraft for aerial swath spraying. Chemtrail on-off switch control switch on plane dashboard. Chemtrail switches installed on airplanes. What about this is have I gone too far? Jeez. No, it does go into, just goes off into med beds and that. Okay. We're trying to stick to Antarctica. We know chemtrails exist. Hopefully these things are coming. I might have to bookmark that for another time. Okay. Let's go back to the Earth. Not Up Q said the Earth's internet connections are not transmitted by thousands of satellites, as NASA states, but rather thousands of kilometres of seafloor submarine communications cables, as seen on the Submarine Cable Map 2022, which depicts 486 worldwide cable systems. A Submarine Cable Map 2022. Whoa, that's quite a map. And these are the undersea cables. Okay, I don't know about this, but hey. They knew Antarctica was encircling the continents. Norfolk Island, the first crossing of the Antarctic Circle, January 17th, 1773 stamp. The Earth is flat and stationary, destroying the Freemasonic Luciferian globalist global eye. Flying Saucers magazine, June 1970, issue 69, first photos of the hole at the pole by Raymond A. Palmer. Showcased unedited NASA ESSA 7 satellite photo, November 23rd, 1968, revealing hollow Earth opening central pole hole. Well, if there's no satellites, then how can they take the photo? Sorry, I've got to call things out when I see them. Okay, 1680, Harrison Mann Jr. Map of the World, donated to George Mason U Libraries in September 1978 by the Mann family. The collection comprises 96 maps and 18 rare atlases, ranging from the 16th to the 19th centuries. Whoa. Okay. The Golden Book Picture Atlas of the World. World air and water routes, world time zones. The Earth is flat and stationary. Okay, saying the same thing over and over again. But yeah, some of the flight patterns don't make sense if the world is a sphere, like they say. How do the moon, seasons, sun, stars, time zones, and zodiac signs work on the flat Earth? I don't know. I don't know, actually. Really don't know. They keep saying the same thing over and over again. I've got a lot more posts I've got to get through, so I'm not going to play all the videos in it. 1450, Fra Maro Mappa Mundi Planisphere. Okay. One of the most important cartographical documents ever produced, and earliest known modern map of Earth, featuring Tartaria and the Garden of Eden. Fully published 1854 by Viscount of Citterium, accessible at Stanford. That's pretty interesting. Okay, the NASA official website presents a Hebrew flat Earth map model depiction, NASA Earth System Observatory. The Earth is flat and stationary, destroying the... Okay, oh my God, I keep reading that same thing over and over again. It's driving me nuts. NASA's official website presents flat Earth map. There it is. The firmament. The plane. April 4th, 2023, Brevard County Commission meeting, Cape Canaveral, Florida. Full investigation demanded on the fraud committed by NASA for faking the ISS. Fakery includes air bubbles, astronauts drowning, CGI glitches, and astronauts pulling on harnesses and wires, which I have played before. Tesla's electromagnetic radiation, EMR, as opposed to Freemasonic gravity. A key to truly understanding flat Earth requires a bit of research and mainly common sense. Unlike global believers, who base all their arguments on complicated science and physics, particularly Newton's Freemasonic lie called gravity, True earthers know that Nikola Tesla taught about everything being energy, frequency and vibration, which is exactly how he explained the phenomena of gravity as electromagnetic radiation, EMR light, giving off an outward momentum that creates the inward force known as gravity. Why aren't physicists further exploring and questioning the existence of gravity and the theories supporting globe Earth? We have far more advanced technology nowadays, so it seems abundantly clear that the governing forces do not want this theory to become overtaken by another theory, especially a pre-existing theory concealing vast unclaimed resources and other intelligent life forms in every direction. At the same time, they're concealing the hollow portion of the Earth, being subterranean reptilian civilizations and deep underground military bases. I don't believe in reptilians, okay, until I can actually see one for myself and make sure it's real, not a hologram. The Earth is a multi-dimensional hollow tree of life realm with flat plains, planets of land at different levels, elevations, dimensions, each enclosed within firmaments with a central pole of upward momentum, electromagnetic radiation, EMR light, and relative buoyancy and density. Buoyancy/density. Okay, if you understand that, well done. Mount Melek Masonic Lodge number 660, founded December 14th, 1786. The official local Laos Library service openly admits to the lodge ceiling was designed to represent the Earth's firmament. At the other extremity of the room, there is the emblem of the all-seeing eye, splendidly executed in gold. The lofty ceiling, which is gracefully covered in paint to represent the firmament, in pale blue with golden stars, and in its centre there is a sunburst gasolier constructed to serve as a ventilator as well as for the purposes of illumination. Okay, there it is. Moon and Star Projector Tech. Okay, that's interesting. The fact of the matter is, since 1955, the US has held the patents to the moon projector apparatus and movable star image projector for planetariums. Freemasonic symbolism at Mount Amundsen, Scott South Pole Station, Antarctica. The 2011 bronze commemorative marker located at the, Scott South Pole Station, Antarctica, demonstrates blatant symbolism in the shape of a Freemasonic square and compass. The National Science Foundation explains this marker commemorates 100 years since the arrival of Amundsen's 5-man team at the geographic South Pole. Do you like the way I try and pronounce my words? 1960 edition Encyclopedia Americana refers to the Antarctic as having a 13,000-foot dome. The 1960 edition Encyclopedia Americana referred to Antarctica as having a 13,000-foot dome on page 14, also known as the firmament. The excerpt refers to American Antarctic expedition from December 20th, 1955 to January 18th, 1956 to explore unknown land masses in Antarctica. When they returned, they concluded their expedition proved the inland featureless character of Antarctica with a dome 13,000 feet high at a latitude of 80 degrees south and longitude of 90 degrees east. At least I said that right. NASA admits to using photoshopped images for their globe Earth models, which they have. They keep changing the artwork. These are artist renditions. Okay. Rear Admiral Richard Evelyn Byrd Jr., the Freemasons sent their own explorers to keep the secrets of Antarctica and the lands beyond hidden. On June the 8th, 1912, Rear Admiral Richard Evelyn Byrd Jr. graduated from the Naval Academy and was commissioned in the US Navy. In 1921, he joined Freemasonry by becoming a member of Federal Lodge No. 1, Washington, D.C., later becoming affiliated with Kane Lodge No. 454, New York City, and Kane Lodge in 1928. In 1928, Byrd launched the much-anticipated expedition to Antarctica and went on several expeditions up until 1956, even erecting Masonic flags at the poles. During the Arctic expedition led by Byrd between 1933 and 1935, 60 of the 82 members were Freemasons. On February 5th, 1935, that very crew established the first Antarctic logo, number 777 of New Zealand. Anyone who crossed the Antarctic Circle at 66 degrees south with Byrd was required to join his Freemasonic Order of the Penguin, swearing them to secrecy about what they would see beyond the Antarctic ice walls. And the Freemasonic sun depiction, which we've seen already. Okay, where are we actually going? This is more Freemasonic. I want to go back into... Okay, I'm going to go back because I've got more posts than this one. It's another one from them. Okay, not up Q said, let's begin here. Secretary Duffy admits to NASA faking rocket launches with central casting actors. Space is fake to hide the firmament, biblical, and the Antarctic ice wall, Nazi ET bases, so people do not learn of the planes and planets beyond. Outer space, not upper space.
With Donald Trump, NASA's back. Tomorrow, this mission's going off. The 127th mission to the space station. Mike and Sonia are the two of the 4 American astronauts that are on that flight. They're right out of central casting. But what happened, Sean? You talked about the moon, and I want to get to that. But on
2 of the 4 are out of central casting. Okay. Let's look at this one. Bell Werman said the flat earth conspiracy theory will never go away quite simply because the heliocentric globe model of the universe has been forced in our faces constantly since birth. They reckon by the Jews, the Jesuits and the Freemasons. Makes absolutely zero sense when put to the real world test logically, observationally and intuitionally. Once you truly carve out a few months of time to fully focus on diving into this rabbit hole from first principles, emotionless foundation, you will realise that once again the conspiracy theorists remain undefeated. We are at the centre of our own known universe. The sun, moon, stars rotate around us, proving we are in an intelligently designed realm, engineered to perfection by a creator. It's impossible not to become loud and animated about this discovery once you've made it, especially for someone like myself, who was an atheist-leaning agnostic before embarking on this paradigm-shattering journey. And the 10,000 people a day calling you retarded without any clue what they're talking about, when you actually push them, only adds fuel to the fire, as it confirms just how societally ubiquitous it's become for people to detach from all reason and trust in their senses and instead submit to a false reality that's been forcefully implanted in their heads by satanic Hollywood movie and government agencies. Okay, let's have a look at this after reading all that.
Know how easy it would be to destroy the flat earth theory? Have you ever wondered why they haven't? It is because they can't. Instead, we are given this ridiculous Artemis II mission scheduled for April Fool's Day. It is a total mockery. The elites are laughing in your face. The fairy tale crumbles shortly after you begin looking at the facts.
I see where this one's coming from. Okay.
Have you ever noticed the stars and constellations in the night sky are the same every single night of the year?
That one's going to get me. The song Golden Brown in the background. The music is out of that. Let me just see what I can do here.
If Earth were a globe floating around in outer space, the stars would be random, but they're not. You were taught as a child that our Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, orbiting the Sun at 66.6 thousand miles per hour, and plummeting through the universe at over 1.3 million miles per hour. Yet for centuries, the Big Dipper appears in the northern hemisphere sky every single night. Consider this. If you were...
I've got to say, they got some good points, okay?
Standing on the court at Madison Square Garden facing 12 o'clock, the crowd in front of you would be entirely different than the crowd you would see if you turned to face 6 o'clock. Now, apply that visual to the globe model. In January, the Earth is allegedly on one side of the Sun, with the night sky facing outwards. 6 months later, it is on the opposite side, billions of miles away in its orbit. The stars above us should be completely different. At 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and back to 12 o'clock on this journey. We should be looking into entirely different sectors of deep space every season, but we don't. It would be mathematically and physically impossible to see the same constellations in our sky every night if this were happening. But year after year, century after century, the night sky remains the same. A perfect, revolving clock with pinpoint accuracy. This isn't a conspiracy. This is a measurable, repeatable, real-world example that disproves the globe model theory completely. The Earth does not travel counterclockwise like you were told. In fact, it doesn't orbit the sun at all. Consider how our ancestors used the exact stars for navigation that we see today. The globe theory is an imaginary farce, an attempt to brainwash and control a vast intelligence in hopes of containing the power they celebrate today. Polaris, the North
You can tell this has come from someone left-leaning.
Star, remains fixed directly above the North Pole, which has remained the electromagnetic center of our universe since the beginning of time. The sun, the moon, and the stars are local, orbiting above us in a perfect design. Our world is a stationary plain with high mountains and deep oceans, all contained by the Antarctic ice wall. While Asia holds the highest mountain peak, Antarctica is actually the highest continent on Earth, with an average elevation exceeding 6,600 feet above sea level. This is 2.5 times higher than Asia in total average elevation. You aren't living on a spinning water ball. You are living at the center of a true masterpiece.
Okay. Although, like, even though they come from that direction, they do have some points in there. Okay. And I don't necessarily agree with everything I'm playing either, okay? Just so you know. World News X, unknown ancient civilization living beyond the ice wall of Antarctica. Obviously, this is a computer-generated thing.
So you're saying none of us are actually from Earth?
Not the Earth you think you know. The 7 continents we live on aren't our birthplace. They're a containment zone, a prison sealed off by the ice wall.
A prison for who?
For us. We're descendants of people who once lived beyond the wall, civilizations so advanced and defiant they couldn't be controlled. So long ago, someone made a decision: isolate them. Populate these continents with carefully selected descendants, erase their memories, erase their origins.
You're saying we are not natives here?
Exactly. We were placed here. Richard Constantine orchestrated what's called the Great Placement. He found these untouched lands inside the ice wall and realized they could serve as the perfect cage. But how do you populate entire continents? Embryos. He harvested them from the ancestral lands, raised the first generation just enough to survive,
I don't know about this.
then released them, let them believe they were inventing fire, tools, agriculture, when it was all designed.
So all of human history is staged?
Absolutely, and for my safety, it is just for entertainment purposes.
It is just for entertainment purposes because I don't know. Okay, don't take that
You're
as
saying
fact. Don't take that as fact just because someone has said it. I think, sorry, it's a mark of an intelligent mind to be able to entertain things without accepting everything fully, okay? So try and just use discernment really, really. You need to on this. Okay, Africa must be free, said the hidden civilization behind the ice wall. We may not be alone after all. Is this reality or fiction? Let's have a look.
Guy Ethan Guo traveled to Antarctica to prove to everyone that there was nothing unusual there. But what he discovered shocked the world. He saw the famous ice wall everyone had talked about. Flying over it, he discovered a hidden city, strange structures, and much more that no one had ever seen before. Ethan couldn't believe
This is obviously AI as well.
Leave his eyes. The buildings looked as if they had been built very recently, even though they didn't appear on any maps. He was live streaming his flight as his camera captured unexplained objects, but during the plane's landing beyond the ice wall, Ethan was arrested. Scientists say that what he saw cannot be explained by ordinary laws of nature. Strange interference cut his live stream several times, and every frame left viewers questioning reality. After that, Ethan Guo has not been seen in public, and his account with over 8 million followers was suddenly banned. Nevertheless, his live stream footage continues to circulate online and sparks heated discussions. Search World Beyond Antarctica on TikTok and see for yourself what he discovered.
Interesting. I wish someone would put it on X. Amaral577 said lost footage 1937 expedition beyond the ice wall. What's really going on? Let's have a look.
In the winter of 1937, a military expedition vanished beyond the Antarctic shelf. No final report, no names recorded, only reels of damaged film recovered decades later. The footage shows what they found: a wall of ice stretching beyond the limits of geography, carved not by nature but by something deliberate, and behind it what appears to be a structure, an ice citadel etched with faces no historian can place. They made their way through the main passage, boots dragging across frost that hadn't melted in centuries. The first chamber held no furniture, no tools, only a black pedestal humming quietly as if waiting to be used. Further in, the rooms grew stranger, ceiling carvings that matched no known language, walls etched with symbols that glowed faintly under lantern light. And then they entered what the documents call the Celestial Room, a dome of perfect symmetry, star maps etched in mirrored eyes, spanning constellations we have yet to name. They weren't just charting the sky, they were marking something, a path, a warning, a return. And now, after nearly a century, we have to ask, were they the first to find it or simply the last to disappear?
Interesting. Okay, Mysteries X said there are hidden countries behind. Are there hidden countries beyond the ice wall? The mystery of Antarctica. Let's have a look.
Wait, you're saying there's a wall around Antarctica?
Not just a wall, a gate. You ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End? Remember how the ocean flipped upside down? That's not fiction. It's a memory of the ice.
Come on, look, Jamie is also laughing at this.
No, really. There's a man-made barrier, jet black, circling the edge of the continent like a seal. No cracks, no erosion, just there. When the old sailors hit the ice line back in the 1600s, they turned back. The ones who didn't never came back.
So what, you're saying they just sailed right off the edge of the world like they vanished?
No, they crossed over. Some say time reversed. Others say they sailed into the white void like Jack Sparrow's descent into Davy Jones' world. Only this time it wasn't water that turned it upside down, it was reality.
And today, you're telling me with all our satellites, tech, and exploration, we still don't go near it?
We don't go near the wall. The treaty forbids it. You think it's for peace, it's containment. Because what's on the other side is alive. Whispers, machines, lights beneath the snow. It's not just ancient, it's awake. And like I always say, this is all fiction, right?
Well, it is until proven fact. It's theory until proven fact, because most of the I agree with you guys. Oh shit! Shut up, you guys. A lot of these are AI.
1930.
Around Antarctica.
Okay, so Freedom Meme said there's nothing beyond the ice wall of Antarctica, which is exactly why 58 countries work together to make sure you never see that nothing. Well, you're allowed on there, just not far. Not far on there. And we won't know unless we can navigate it for ourselves, to be honest. Okay. Beyond the ice walls, hidden lands or internet myth, the truth behind Antarctica's theories. Okay, let's have a look. Everyone claims to have the truth, by the way.
It is because the bottom of the world is an untouched reservoir of natural resources. Strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
job.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Right up to the ice barrier of the Ross Sea shelf, behind which lay the Bay of Whales and Little America. The only entrance was through a miraculous canyon in the ice barrier. Narrow gaps no more than 400 yards wide and slowly closing every day. Through this, the ships disappeared, one by one, creeping between giant jaws of ice that loomed threateningly off either bow. A harmless threat, though, for all emerged without mishap into the Bay of Whales.
It is because the bottom of the world is an untouched reservoir.
Yep, we heard that, mate. Okay. Dean seems to think that 20 more realms like Earth beyond the ice walls. Okay, they've all got music behind them. Okay. Where's the ice wall? Here, maybe, and this is beyond the ice wall? That says Europa. Okay, that's interesting. Where is the ice wall? Rossia? Tartaria. Hey, there's Tartaria. Is this the ice wall up here? I don't know. I'd like for them to zoom out. Yeah, keep zooming out so I can see what you're talking about. Because they've just got music behind it. Maybe I'm just not saying it. Because where's the ice wall? Stay still. Terra. Aqua. Okay. Maybe these are the planes beyond that you guys were talking about. So we're in the middle here somewhere. Just a small part of it. Then it keeps going out from there. Okay, I don't know. There's still only music playing. I wish they'd explain something. Hello. Okay. Interesting anyway. Okay, why are they hiding lands beyond the ice wall? Flat out truth said, Antarctica's not just ice. There's lands hidden there even bigger than the United States and civilizations far more advanced than we are. Let's have a look at this one.
If Antarctica is just ice, then why does every world map cut it off like someone's hiding what's really there? Think about it.
This is another AI. This is another AI person. Ah, shit. Okay.
Supposedly circles our planet is also the one place you can't just freely explore. Coincidence, or something colder and much bigger?
See that coincidence had a question mark behind it and it can't ask the question, can't use the proper afflection? Coincidence? Or not?
Watch this. Every map, from Google Earth to the ones in classrooms, stretches and bends the world until Antarctica becomes this thin white strip, almost like a border. But in real life, it's huge, bigger than the United States and Europe combined. So why make it look so small? Why turn a massive continent into a little footnote? Here's where it gets strange. Go too far inland, and suddenly, restricted zones, no-fly areas, military outposts, and there's even a treaty signed by over 50 countries that says no one owns it. But somehow everyone controls it. Why would so many nations who argue about everything else suddenly agree to protect a land of nothing but ice? And look at this. On some maps, Antarctica isn't at the bottom at all. It wraps around the edges like a giant icy ring, almost like a wall holding everything in. Now imagine this. If Earth is a spinning ball, shouldn't Antarctica be a tiny cap at the bottom? But what if it isn't the bottom at all? What if it's the edge, not just a continent, but a boundary? I'm not saying what's beyond it. I'm just asking, why can't we see for ourselves? Why do all maps crop the one place no one's allowed to truly visit? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's everything. But one thing's clear. Someone decided where the world ends, and the rest of us just believed it. So the next time you unfold a map, don't just look at the countries you recognize. Let your eyes drift to the blank spaces, the edges, the places drawn in white. History has always tucked its biggest questions into margins. Maybe Antarctica is one of those margins. Not a destination, but a pause. A place where the page fades before the story is.
Can we not have AI, please? James A. Stanley said the woman who arrived in the United States from an unknown country that is beyond the ice wall. But is it true?
I know where the woman from Turenza actually came from. If you guys haven't heard about this already, apparently on October...
There was a man from... Oh, where was he from? Turin or something?
October 10th, of 2025, a woman landed at the New York International Airport and spoke to immigration there after she landed and showed them her passport, and they were confused because it said a country named Terenza that no one had ever heard about. And she was confused about where she was. And so the authorities took her in to question her and just ask her some questions. And then she ended up disappearing. And this is very, very similar to a story we heard about like 20 years ago with the man from Taurid. It's pretty much exactly the same.
There you go.
And we already know where the man from Taurid actually came from. He's from beyond the ice wall. We solved this mystery 2 years ago. There's a continent down past the second ring that says New Taurid. He must have flown in there, or his plane must have gone through one of the many Aurora Borealis portals that are in the air. But we gotta figure out, where's this woman from? To figure out where she came from, we need to look at the German flag.
Did he see one of the Aurora Borealis in the air that they flew through there to get there? The Langoliers, anyone? Oh, what's going on? Okay.
Earth ice wall map that was from World War II. They mapped out the entire Earth based on a reflection of the moon. And so on this, we can see our continents, but we can also see secret continents that are in our very oceans. So when we look at our own map, we just see a huge ocean full of empty water, no continents. But the truth is, there actually is land over there, and our pilots don't fly over those areas because they have specific flight paths they have to go on. So they only fly over North America and all of our continents to the point where they don't even see the other ones. But I think this woman came from one of these other continents, perhaps Atlantis or Lemuria, and maybe it has a country on there that says Terenza, and she probably just got off at the wrong airport. There's some sort of mistake there. And we know that the elites have magical powers. That's what they're invested into. That's their speciality. So they probably figured out that there was someone out of place in their matrix of systems of things, and they transport her quickly out of there. They have the power to do that because their magic, it really is just advanced technology. This is the same thing that happened in Miami for the January incident of 2024 when aliens showed up at the Miami Mall. Anyway, I expanded my latest piece of artwork and I put it onto a shirt because many people were asking me to remove the Fortnite text font that I had above my other shirt. So if you want this one, you can go get it. The link is in my bio. I greatly appreciate it because selling these shirts helps me to be able to keep making these videos.
Yeah, selling shouldn't help you make any videos. Anyway, it's just me. Mysteries said unknown hidden civilization beyond the ice wall of Antarctica. What lies past the frozen barrier? Is this another one? It looks like another one. Hang on.
So you're saying Antarctica wasn't always frozen?
There's a massive hole in Antarctica. You can see it on Google Earth and about 30 meters wide. But here's the weird part. Around that hole, there are bases, research stations. And each base, it's named after a different country. Every major nation has a presence there. They're all studying whatever's in that hole. But that's not even the craziest part. About, I'd say, 15 to 30 miles behind that hole, there's a gigantic pyramid. I'm talking massive. Way bigger than the ones in Egypt. You can see its complete apex. It's been featured on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens. It's not a secret. It's just there. Now, how did a pyramid get in Antarctica? No sand, no tools, just ice. Well, Antarctica wasn't always frozen. That continent, it shifted. The Earth's crust slipped, moved the landmass all the way to the South Pole during a pole shift. Rapid, violent. And here's the scientific proof. As the ice melts thanks to global warming, they're finding animals buried in the ice, perfectly preserved. And when they dissect them, undigested food, still in their stomachs. You know what that means?
They froze instantly?
Exactly. Flash frozen. Something catastrophic happened. Fast. And nobody's talking about it.
Okay.
So you're saying...
Okay, this one here. Charlie Griffin said Elon Musk said in a video that it was able to be live streamed in Antarctica because of his technology called Starlink, which sets up a grid in the sky that allows anyone in the world to have internet. So this means when we go on our trip beyond the ice wall, we can live stream it to the entire world so they can see in real time what we discover. The map shown in this video is part of the world building project you can find on DeviantArt. Okay. I don't need to look at that. Okay, flat out truth. Travelling to the lands beyond the ice wall of Antarctica. This is all going to be AI because it is speculation. Okay, there's music, so I'm not going to I'm not going to play that music, but yeah, so that's what it looks like. Worlds beyond. Says a lot for the prison planet we're in, doesn't it? We're in the inside. And Dutch Force 17, world beyond the ice wall, 178 lands, inner Earth, the best is yet to come. Let's have a look.
The hidden lands beyond the ice walls. Awakening truth. Let's have a little journey to the old map.
And I'll just tell you to take everything with a grain of salt, okay?
Did you know that there are other worlds and more lands to explore?
They're going to get me for this music, aren't they? Shh. Go away, music. Greater Lemuria. Oh, my God. The Sky Caverns? Jeez, they're going too quick for me to read them. I can't read while things are moving. I get motion sickness, so... Ooh. Weldorm? Who knows? The Montane Ring? Aurora? Mountains of Kong? Lala? Dawnland? I'll read the ones I can. Oh, my God. No, I can't. Oh, dear. It's interesting. It's interesting to think about, though. Is that real? Who knows? Okay. That's it. That's it on the ice wall. Beyond the ice wall. For me, anyway. Because, look, I'm not sure if this is true or not, okay? But this is just what I believe could be possible. And I definitely believe that the Earth is on a plane inside of like a snow globe. That's why they call it the globe. Okay, let's go to the comments and see what you think about all this. Way back at the beginning. Alex said, is that code for bots? Sherry said, you can unmod me if you need to. No, I've unmodded a few people. I'll see how I go. So far, I've got my chat back after contacting YouTube this morning and them saying, sorry, it's not our problem. It's nothing to do with our side. Really? It's got to do with the encoder. Next thing you know, it's fixed. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Earth is flat and cannot be moved, Paul said. Sherry said, I may lose you all in a few. My phone's on low battery. I'm at the laundromat with my granddaughter. Oh, have a good one. Shannon said, I don't know, but it's time we are told and taught. Alex said, there have been so many depictions in so many different cultures about being under the dome with pillars beneath. The only one that doesn't match is NASA. Yeah. Shannon, yeah. Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun, won't you come? Hey, Rule. Valencia, good afternoon from El Paso. Paul said electric system. Alex said, hopefully it'll be okay. I've seen loads of channels playing videos with copyright material and they've been fine, Hev. Yeah, I know, but you know what the YouTube keep doing to me? Every second email I get is, congratulations, you can access ad revenue. And you know what the next email will be? Your video's been copyrighted. You cannot monetize. So why are you asking me to monetize so that other people can get the money on YouTube? Or what's going on there? They're doing all sorts of things, I'm telling you. Tim said, I have a near visceral hatred for these computer voices, pre-AI and AI voices, just like read like a normal YouTubers. It makes me hate Stephen Hawking even more. I know. It is hard to handle. And Deb said, I agree 100%. Tim have sounds better. Alex said, maybe better the AI voice have. Maybe better than the AI voice have. Sherry said, sounds good here. Deb said, you sound better than the AI voice. Oh, where'd it go? Where did that all go? Oh, that's great. You have... Dealey said she's been unable to talk in the chat. Could you maybe check the block list? Though I don't think Dealey would be on that. YouTube running amok. I think they are, you know. They really are. Because I don't think... Oh, I'll check, but I don't think Dealey's on the blocked. Tim S. said, I immediately thumbs down and move on the second I hear the voice. Lol, I'll tolerate today because oh, God love you, Tim. Out to lunch said, more land equals extraterrestrial. Yes. Out to lunch said, we're in a terrarium. Tim S. said, Bob Ross is not. Deb said, the guide stones had the northern star in sight every day. It does not change. Yeah, well, if we're spinning and being pushed up through the earth, we'd see different stars and things. Wouldn't we? All the time? Why do we see the same ones over and over? Because you know how they said we're not just spinning, but we're travelling through the universe? And they showed like a spiral and us travelling through it? Well, then that can't be right. Because then we'd see all different things. Anywho, let's not get, let anything like that get in the way of a good story. Alex said, you probably get more of it because you thumb down. Good old algorithms, Timmy. Yep. Spaz said multiple domes on one plane. Oh. Where am I going here? Okay. Alex said, bit of rage baiting. Leslie said, yeah, I've seen this years ago. Looks like they are releasing all old videos, a slow release of information to wake people up. Hey, going, Leslie. Tim said, oh, fuck, seriously, Alex, the bastard, how can I seek the revenge they deserve? I wouldn't say you missed it, Hev. R.E., he said something and I missed it. Hey, Shane, hey, going? Shannon said, on this plane of existence. Yes, on this plane of existence. Because are there others? There might have to be, to say we're on this plane of existence. Deb said, tongue twisters have... Oh, Alex said, increasing number. Deb said, globe was a Jesuit invention. Deb said, it is said that they turn everything upside down. Yep. Hey, Donald, how you going? J1, how you going? A stationary helicopter will land in the same place it ascended from. The earth ain't spinning. Alex said, definitely seems that way, Deb. Spaz said, we're underwater, that's why it rains fish. Deb said, perspective for painting. Lightman, how you going? Just ask, when does water start to bend? Yeah, I don't think it does. See, that's the problem. I don't think water bends. I've never seen water bend, have you? And if you put water on a ball and spin that ball, do you know what happens to the water? It goes flying off. Oh, and that's where gravity comes in, I suppose. Alex said, I heard they stopped producing the P1000 cameras. Too many people were spotting the truth. Yeah. Shannon said, just like Candice never heard thunder was the sound of lightning. Yeah, you know it is. You know it is by the crack it makes. It takes a second. Because I think light is faster than sound, isn't it? Okay, Alex said, hey, lovely light, man. Always finds its level. It does. Deb said, Timmy, when you fly, is it flat or curvy? Yes, we want to know. Lightman said, for sure. Hello, all. J1 said, Alex, I sold my P for more than I paid for it new. They are quite the commodity now. Wow. Timmy said, Deb, I knew that question's coming, but did you answer it, Timmy? Deb said, what did Bruce see? Leslie said, I have a Nikon P900. Yes, it's very powerful, and Venus is not what you think. Keep hold of that P900, Leslie. Alex said, I would love to have one, but they are so expensive. Yep, Alex said, awesome. I don't think any of the lights in the sky are. Have you seen them looking like they're underwater? Yeah. If you see them close enough, they actually look different than what we see. Leslie said there are videos of tunnels into the wall. Tim S. said, I knew that question was coming. I'd say at 31,000 feet, there's a lenticular effect. Look out the window and down, it's flat. There you go. Leslie said, yes, Alex, that's what it looks like. The only way that it would not work out, being a globe, is if the Earth was much, 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 much larger than they say it is. But I can't say that anyway. Leslie said, yes, Alex, that's what it looks like. Deb said, I have lots of questions about many subjects, Timmy. We will get to them all eventually. Alex said, funny how they can all agree that one thing about Antarctica but nothing else. J1 said, Alex, the digital side of things can't capture certain anomalies due to interference, so I discarded it for full optical analog setup. Leslie said, triangular ships are human, TR3B, said Paul. Alex said, I'll have to start saving for a Nikon. They are brilliant cameras, Leslie. Shanna said, that's the time machine. Deb said, yes, your government has been flying them for a long time. Yes, they are government vehicles. Deb said, I see lots of med beds. Leslie said, yes, we'll have to start getting some more use of mine. FYT said, Polaris through a Nikon P100 is red and green. Polaris listed as yellow supergiant. There you go. How you going, FYT? Alex said, yeah, it's supposed to. I suppose there is quite a bit of compression. Would love a powerful telescope too. They can't hide anything anymore. Leslie said, Alex, it's worth it. FYT said, Polaris, Sardine and Jasper surrounded by emerald. Okay. Deb said, who's saying the planets are not real? Oh, hang on a sec, guys. I've got to take this call because it could be an emergency. Hang on. No, false alarm. Okay, I've just got a friend with I'd consider it a severe problem. Deb said, so who's saying the planets are not real? Leslie said, Alex, I have a telescope. Camera is better. There you go. Alex said, yeah, I bet. I would just love to see it for myself. I've wanted one for years, could never afford it. Paul said, the nullarbor plane, a flat surface. Yes, it is, actually. Alex said, thank you for letting me know. Don't want to waste my money on a telescope if a camera does a better job. Deb said, why is it toxic? How do they sleep at night? Is that where people see a lot of flying lights that follows you, Paul? Across the nullarbor. Leslie said, what about the pilot who was sacked for not turning on his chemtrails? Whoa, what happened there? Holy cow. What about the pilot who was sacked for not turning on his chemtrails? Airline was sued for not using it by the ones who control the weather. Wow, Leslie. Donald said, I think they're trying to hide the real sky because soon we'll see it, or without the matrix of illusion. Paul said, the idiot pilots are killing themselves and everyone they love. Alex said, there's a verse in the Bible that says there are people out there that can't sleep unless they do evil, Deb. Deb said, what are they really hiding in the sky? Paul said, lol, Deb. Alex said, Proverbs 4:6, for they cannot sleep unless they are doing evil. They are robbed of their sleep unless they cause someone to stumble. There you go. Shannon said, so their DARPA weapons are work. J1 said, Alex, I've had certain images removed from my collection by mysterious emulation. I was alerted but never found the source of the intrusion in my files. Bit scary. I've kept it to myself. Wow. Shanna said Antarctica fallen angels. FYT said Polaris, throne of God. Leslie said years ago when I first learned about chemtrails, I posted a lot. Then a plane flew low over my house, dropped a trail. I got photos, didn't think anything of it at the time. But now, yeah, I've got heaps of photos of chemtrailing around me. Alex said that's terrible. Hopefully you have everything backed up on hard drives. These people are getting more and more intrusive, J1. Paranormal Oz, how you going? Good morning, Hev. Hope you're all well. Wow, this should be interesting. Definitely. Interesting to think about. Out to lunch said legacy media claims globe, so I figure flat. Deb said cults are made their whole life about Saturn, so Saturn doesn't exist. Alex said, oh wow, yeah, that sounds targeted, Leslie. Everyone's saying hello. Deb said, how do they get away with theoretical bloody science? Leslie said, J1, yes, they get in and delete. I've lost some too. Deb said, I do not believe they went to space last month. J1 said, Alex, I had backups on family computers and drives and all were wiped and computers mysteriously lost function and died. One witness said once the hard drive was inserted, the unit screamed and died. Wow. Hey, Cassandra, how you doing? Shane said, the badge says don't just spray them, bury them using the metal in the contrast as the word bury. J1 said, Alex, all the trouble started when filming surveillance drones. Alex said, sounds like they have been desperate to hide the truth, hopefully not for much longer. Too many people are seeing it now. Deb said, yes, and he came home with his tail between his legs. J1 said it got worse. 2 hours, 3 minutes I started filming nanotech. Leslie said, in 1941, Australian Navy ship the HMAS Sydney was sitting off the coast of Western Australia when a German ship came upon them. A battle erupted and all were lost on Aussie battleship. Really? Deb said he went on TV to say we have lots to explore in Antarctica. Deb said they were seen using escape device when the rocket launched. Leslie said no one ever questioned why during a world war our Navy was sitting off the coast of Western Australia. What was Germany doing heading south? My great-uncle went down on Sydney. Leslie said the family never got any answers as to why they were there. How you going, George? Alex said, I would love to speak to my grandparents, great-grandparents now. I know they had so much information. I know those sorts of things. I would love to ask them. Yeah. Deb said, Game of Thrones is real. Deb said, see beyond the narrative. George said, I've watched a few videos about Antarctica beyond the ice wall. There is other land. Yep. Tim said, an AI with a German accent. What could go wrong? Yep. Paul said, I call BS. Yeah, that's why I said take everything with a grain of salt. We can't know till we go there. Leslie said, oh yeah, Alex, when I consider how much part of some questionable history my family were a part of, both sides, when I was a kid, I want to know everything. George said there's a passage through the ice wall that leads to other land. Alex said, I believe the truth will always come out in the end. Deb said, I watched a lot of Periscope movies from Antarctica with Bird and his army. Leslie said, Alex, everyone in my family, thought crazy Leslie. Now they see the light. One son-in-law sat down with him for 4 hours. He sees it now. Funny that. Still a few to go. Yep. Sherry said, does anyone watch Noz Kafunden on YouTube all about Antarctica? No. Deb said, and so why do all the governments agree on Antarctica? Yep. Alex said, I'm glad they are finally seeing things. Sometimes you have to plant the seed and let them come back with questions. Paul said, AI, it's off to universal basics income we go. Yeah, George said, I hate AI videos. Alex said, no, but it sounds interesting. I'll check it out. Sherry said, there it is. Nos Confudden. I can't say it, sorry. Sherry said it's about what's behind the ice wall. Alex said, I like all things like that. Thanks for sharing. Leslie said, there's no question around the North Pole, only the South Pole, unless I missed something that should be drawing questions from everywhere. Hey, going menacing. George said, Antarctica was once green, lots of things hidden under the ice, definitely. Timmer said, flash frozen like bird's eye veggies, yum. Paul said, flash frozen, it must have been Captain Birdseye. Paul said, oh, Timmy, you beat me. Timmy said, great minds think alike, Paul. And Paul said, aye, aye. Now just got to find where that aye, aye is. Oh, no, here, somewhere. There you go. Sherry said, I like it. Menacing gives you something to think about. George said, bird's eye, fish fingers. That was an ad in Australia. I don't know if the rest of you's got that one. Menacing Muskrat said, I wonder what the scientists saw when they were evacuated from McMurdo Station. Menacing Muskrat said, lots of sus regarding blood falls. Some say they were, that's where they harvest louche. Theo, Mount Erebus, there is the cabal's god down there. All elites. Pope went to pray after Trump was elected. Big Bird, how you going? Yes, finally. It's very hard to wake people up, especially when they aren't ready. The truth is in the Bible. I believe so. Theo said, ciao. Big Bird said, the moon is the Earth's reflection off the firmament, not a rock in space. It's funny because I think that's what most of the stars are. Reflection of lights on the ground. Menacing said, yes, Theo, they go down there to salute their master. Big Bird said, hi, everyone. And Theo said, yes, they did, Masons. George said, F the Masons. Theo said, I agree, George, NASA. Alex said, yes, hopefully Dealey will be able to chat again soon. I don't know what YouTube are playing at. I think a few people are having problems with their channels. Oh, no. Muskrat said, hence the penguin outfits. They all wear their tuxedos to their lodge, which is built close to most police stations. And Theo said, yep. And Theo said, many cops are Masons in America, same in Australia, I think. George said, YouTube does not like the truth. Menacing said, Ethan Go, the young pilot, just disappeared. Theo said, I know, George, have been censored many times. Alex said, I didn't see that comment, Timmy. Paul said, it used to be, George. Big Bird said, we've been lied to about everything. the sun, the mother duck is round. I think the duckling called Earth is round because the sun looks round. Theo said, our whole life is a lie. Menacing said, that's why our dear friend Bruce sees all disappeared. He had too much info. George said, YouTube started off as a dating site. Did it really? Paul said, frequency can bend or curve water have. There you go. Big Bird said, Rockefeller took over education systems and wanted workers, not thinkers. Quote, yeah. Muskrat said, so true, Big Bird, Lucius Trust, and we're beginning to awaken. Theo said, that's why schools look like prison in America. George said, Starmer's under someone's control. Alex said, have you seen what frequency does to salt, sand? Such beautiful patterns, it probably does the same to water, Paul. Out to lunch said all those nations agreed on the jab too, so that's one. Yeah, Paul said, Alex, George, YouTube dating site called Tune In Hookup 2005. Really? Wow. Alex said, same here as here in the UK. They all look like prisons. My old school spiked fencing, now 20 years old. Menacing said, we've been so programmed. Get on the bus, go to school, playgrounds, a chain link. This is normal. Theo said, what is it? Remrats, look up on Google. Remnants or Remrats? said they don't want us looking at the inner earth because that's their base. Look out for the PSYOP. Alex said that's worse than Netflix and chill, Paul. Menacing said Admiral Byrd's so hushed up quickly and then Antarctica Treaty was surfaced. There you go. said not PSYOP, but PSYOP I meant. Not, PSYOP, sorry, PSYOP, yep. Even I read it as how you meant it. Theo said, according to Brad Olson, Germany won World War II and Hitler lived till 84 years old in Colombia. Big Bird said, follow the yellow brick road out of our crater. said, Antarctica's good in and out location for a spaceship. Oh, where'd that go now? Oh, here. George said, I thought Hitler went to Argentina. Muskrat said allegedly then German subs went into tunnels under Antarctica. They met with the master, and that's what Admiral Byrd said also. He was called the master. Theo said he did but died in car crash in Colombia. Theo said tall whites and Dracos gave the Nazi technology for children. Deb said, are we going to Rumble after? I was thinking of doing it on YouTube. What do you reckon? Timmy? We'll do both. That's if I can with StreamYard. Otherwise, it's going to be just Rumble. Menacing said it's impossible to get through the Van Allen belts. The radiation is too great. Yeah, that's what one NASA scientist said. Lady Stardust, Freemasons know the Earth is closed system as per the Bible and the skills of building for frequency. How you going, Lady Stardust? Good to see you. Theo said waters are below and above. Yep. Okay, well, what I can do is I can try and set it up on YouTube, but if not, it'll be over on Rumble, guys. And Timmy will be joining us, and I hopefully will see you there. Okay, guys, much love, and I'll see you in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, bye.